Hello everyone, I'm Liu Yafei. Glad to share my proposal to you. In this study, I would like to talk about tourism firms' asset restructuring. What did managers say and what did investors hear? In the past 10 years, Chinese tourism firms have conducted more than 1,300 asset restructuring activities. Does asset restructuring event bring improved performance to tourism firm? What factor may affect the performance of tourism firms' asset restructuring? These questions are interest to both scholar and tourism firm manager. Individual investors play an important role in stock market. They significantly affect stock trade volume, stock price, and stock return. Tourism firms are more susceptible to the influence of individual investors because they are relatively young and small. Information asymmetry exists between managers and stockholders. In the context of asset restructuring, individual investors need information to estimate the effect of asset restructuring on the value of tourism firm. However, inside information of tourism firm is difficult to retrieve for individual investor. Communication gap may exist between manager and the individual investor of tourism firm, which may cause financial loss to both investor and tourism firm. Thus, in this study, we try to identify the communication gap between tourism firm manager and individual investor. In the period of asset restructuring, the manager issues an official document to announce the asset restructuring event and disclose detailed information about the transaction. Traditionally, we cannot know how well individual investors received the information. Today, thanks to Internet communication technology, we can retrieve information from online platform review posted by individual investors, which may help us identify communication gap between manager and individual investor. We hypothesize that communication gap negatively affects restructure performance. The first step of our research is mining useful information from the announcement document of asset restructuring event of tourism firms and online platform review of individual investor. We use latent directed allocation technology to extract important attributes of them. The difference between attributes of restructure announcement document and online review of individual investor reveal the misunderstanding between tourism firm manager and individual investor, which can be a proxy of communication gap. The second step of our research is estimate the effect of communication gap on the performance of asset restructuring of a tourism firm. We follow event study approach, use cumulative abnormal return to measure the performance of asset restructuring of tourism firm, build panel regression to test how communication gap affect restructuring performance. Theoretically, this study identified the communication gap between the manager and the individual investor of tourism firm. Further, we tested the effect of communication gap on the performance of asset restructuring of tourism firm. Practically, the result of this study can enhance mutual understanding between the manager and the individual investor of tourism firm. The findings may help tourism manager and the individual investor make better trading decisions. Last, the effect of communication gap on asset restructuring performance is expected to be similar in other countries and industry. Thanks for your watch. We look forward to your comments and suggestions.